Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about conditional statements. But before learning conditional statement, we should understand what is the term condition mean. So we'll take an example of when we are driving our car, we go to a road and we find a sign of saying something like if we want to go to left or not. There will be a sign which will be saying that whether we want to go left or not. There could be two answers to that. We want to go to left or not. Nothing else could be the answer of that. So if we take the left, then we do some things. For example, we'll take that road and we go somewhere. And if we not to take that road, then we do other things. We go to other routes. So then after taking these routes, our journey will be the same. We will complete our journey and go to our destination. But the changes which occurs at the time of getting the condition of turning left or not will be called as conditional statements in JavaScript. So conditional statements are used to decide the flow of execution based on different conditions, which means that if we are getting some conditions, then based upon the condition, we decide how our code is going to proceed further. So this is what condition is. We should understand the basic condition in every programming language, which is if condition. This is the most basic one and we'll be learning. With the help of an example, we'll be understanding that. Firstly, let us take one person and the second person. We have two person, we'll name it person 1 and person 2, and the height of first person is 4 feet, height of the next person is 6 feet. Person 1 is 4 feet and person 2 is 6 feet. Now we have a door which says only 4 feet person are allowed inside this. So only 4 feet here is the condition, and depending on this condition only we can access this door. So firstly, we'll check who can satisfy this condition. So person 1 is 4 feet height. So it will satisfy the condition and can go through the door. But person 2 doesn't satisfy the condition because he is 6 feet tall. So it will not do anything he will not be able to go in that door. Similarly, if conditions work in the same way, if a condition is satisfied by any particular thing, then only we allow the task to complete, else we will not do it. So this is the syntax. If the condition is satisfied, then we perform some task. Statement 1 or statement 2 here signifies that some task is being performed. So this is what condition, if condition is. You might ask the question, what we will do with person 2, because we have not given any instruction to person 2. What if he is not able to go in the 4 feet tall door, then what he must do? For that to encounter, we have another condition which is if else. We'll take the example. We'll have person 1 and person 2. The height is still 4 feet and 6 feet. Now we'll take two doors, door 1 and door 2. Door 1 has the condition only 4 feet are allowed, and door 2 is saying rest. Those who are not able to satisfy the above condition, which is of 4 feet, can go to this door. This is how 6 feet person or person 2 is getting the instruction. If it is not able to satisfy the first condition, then it can use this one. So firstly, person 1 will go and check if it is satisfying. Yes, he is satisfying. He will open that door and go. 6 feet person will check if he is satisfying the condition. No, he is not satisfying it. So he will go to the next door, which is the rest, means the remaining which are left will use this door. Similarly, this if else condition can be written in the program like this. If condition is satisfied, means the condition is true, then we perform some task. Else, without giving any condition, we are saying the rest do this task. This is how if else is there. So there are two examples, two person are there. What if there are more than two person? Then we can use something else if. So let us take an example. We have 4 feet person, 6 feet person, and a female also this time. We'll take two doors. We have door 1 and door 2, and we can give it as many conditions in door 1 so that we can filter out all the results. For example, it has only 4 feet condition as well as a female condition. In order to open this door and go, these three persons need to satisfy one of the two conditions. The first one is 4 feet, other is female. So let us see. 4 feet person will see which condition he is satisfying. He'll say he has 4 feet condition. satisfied, so he'll go to this door. Now female will check for the condition, she is satisfying the female condition which is given on the top of the door, then she will use the same door. Now the term come for 6 feet person, he will first check for 4 feet, then it will say that it is not able to satisfy the condition, then it will not go to the else part, the rest room he will not use, the rest door he will not be using, he just go to the next condition which is female and see if it is able to satisfy the condition. No, he is not able to satisfy the female condition also, then he will take the route of door 2 which is the rest operation. Now this is the condition of if else. We'll say the syntax: if the condition is satisfied, then do something. Else, if another condition is satisfied, then do this thing. Else, if these two conditions are also not satisfied, then do the remaining as some other things. This is how we can use else if conditions. So see, the syntax has been increasing if we are introducing more conditions. So this is not optimal to use in real life program where we have different lots and lots of conditions. So we will be using something like switch conditional statement. In this, we can give as many conditions as we want and we can provide the solution, and it will automatically choose which condition is satisfying and giving the result, and it is also very neat in order to understand it. So we'll see the syntax. The syntax is like that: we write switch and then the condition, and all the cases, it is defined by cases, all the cases are given here. We'll be seeing in our VS Code how do we do that with the help of an example. So what are switch condition? Switch statements have a cleaner syntax over complicated if else syntax. That is why we use this switch conditions. So what did we learn in this video? We learned that about conditional statements, what are conditions and what are conditional statements in JavaScript, what is if statement, what is if else statement, what is else is statement, and what is switch statement. So let us go to our VS Code and understand these concepts practically. So we'll go to our VS Code. We have index.html and app.js. So we have linked app.js in our index.html. So we'll be writing the conditions here. Firstly, we'll write the syntax of if condition. We'll say if, and in the bracket we write the condition. We write condition like if age is greater than 18. We are giving a condition here. If age is greater than 18, then do something. So we have to define the variable also. We have used age here but not declared it. We'll go here and we'll write let age is equals to 24. We have given the value of age to be 24. Now we are checking for a condition. If our age is greater than 18, we want to print something. Let's see how can we do that. We'll say console.log. We'll say you are eligible to vote. We'll write this message when this condition is satisfied. Only this message will be available if this condition is satisfied. In this case, age is 24. It will check whether 24 is greater than 18, and if it is true, then only this line will get executed. Let us see here in this case that this condition is true. So what we'll do is, we'll see in the browser, we'll go to inspect and then console. See, we are getting the message you are eligible to vote. This means that if the condition is true, then only execute this task. Let us change the value of age to something like 12. We'll give it 12. So let age is equals to 12. Now it will check whether age is greater than 12. So we'll write 12 here and check if 12 is greater than 18, which is not. So what it should do? It should not print this line. Let us see if it is printing this line or not. See, we are not getting any results. This is the practical use of conditional statement of if. And we are using this operator, this condition operator. In the previous video, we have seen conditional operators. So this is how we use conditional operators in if. So let us take another example. We'll say let marks is equals to 50. So we'll check if marks is greater than 40. If the marks are greater than 40, we want to do something, and here we'll saying print out you have passed your exams. If the marks are greater than 40, this is the condition we are giving it, then only print this line, you have passed your exams. Let us see. We are getting the result because our condition is true in this case. Marks are greater than 40. Because marks are 50, it will compare 50 greater than 40. Yes, it is true, and then it will print out this line. What if the marks are less than 40? We'll give it 30. It should not print out anything. Now it is not printing anything, but this is not the ideal case. If the marks are less than 40 also, we want something to do with the program. So how do we counter that? We do that by writing an else line after that without giving it a condition, saying that if the marks are greater than 40, print this line, else if the marks are less than 40, then we want to print something else. We'll copy this line and we'll say here, you have failed your exam. It will check whether the marks are 30. Firstly, it will check if marks are greater than 30. It will check it and it will find that no, marks are not greater than 40. So it will not execute this line and it will go to this else part and it will execute. Let's see. We are getting the message, you have failed your exams. Because the condition is not satisfied, then we are printing this line. If we remove this and add 70 here, now marks are 70, it will go and check 70 is greater than 40. Yes, it is true, then it will print this line. It will not go to this line even. It will come and print this line. Let's see. Now we are getting you have passed your exams. This is how we use if else statement. Now we can make it a bit complicated also by adding more if else statements in it. So we'll comment out this thing. We'll say now marks is 40. So we can write something like if first condition is marks greater than 40. We can use this line console.log you have passed your exams. If marks are greater than 40, then we can say you have passed your exam. What if I want to add one more condition here? So we can write it like else if, and now give the condition of marks equal to 40. There would be some cases where marks can be equal to 40 also. So we'll give it marks 40. We want to print out something. We'll copy this line and we'll go here. We'll say you have just passed your exam. We'll add this word just. With greater than 40, we'll say you have passed your exams. With equal to 40, you will say you have just passed your exams. And the rest of the marks, rest of the thing, we'll write something like this console.log you have failed the exam. Control C, Control V, and we'll see. Now the marks is equal to 40. Firstly, it will check if the marks are greater than 40. No, they are not. Then it will move to this part else, and we have added one more condition here. Else if it will check marks is equal to 40. It will check if it is equal. Yes, they are equal. So we need to give it two variables, two equality signs. This is used for conditional checking. We need to give it. So it will check whether the marks are equal to 40. So now it will check it, and now it will print this message and will not go to this line only. It will go here and check and print out the result. So we will be getting you have just passed your exams. This is how we do things in else if part. There are 3 conditions, and see the code is looking bit messier. So what if we have 10 conditions? How do we do that? So we can do that with the help of switch statements. And how do we write that? Firstly, let us take an example of we'll say salary is equals to 50,000. We'll take an example of salary 50,000. We have stored that in our variable, which is salary. We'll change the spelling to salary. Okay. Now, if we want to give certain conditions which are more than 3, 4, 5, so we can use switch. So how do we do that? We'll write switch, and we have to provide the value which we want to compare. In this case, we are comparing this variable's value, which is salary. So we need to give salary here, and we'll open these brackets. Here we provide things in cases. So we'll write case if the salary is, firstly, let's say 10,000, then we need to do some things. Here we are printing out the result. We'll say console.log. We'll say you have very less salary. We should not do these things in real life. This is just for the example purpose. So you have very less salary. Now, in order for this case, in order our loop to get out of this case, we use something like break. And after giving the break, we need to write another case. We'll say case. Now this time 20,000. We'll give it 20,000 case. If the salary is 20,000, then print out some things. So what we'll print out, we'll copy this thing and we'll change it. We'll copy here. You have less salary. We'll add this condition, less salary. Firstly, what we'll do is check for salary case. If salary is 10,000, then we want to print this line. You have very less salary, and then break out of this thing. Then it will go and check for salary 20,000, and we'll print out this thing and we'll break out of it. Similarly, we can give different cases also. We'll say case if the salary is 40,000. Now we'll give the case, actual case, which is 50,000, so that we could understand all the logic. We'll give it 50,000 here, and we'll write the condition, which is the statement which we want to print. We'll say you have good salary. So this is the case which we want to follow. If the salary is 10,000, print out this thing. If 20,000, print out this thing and go out, break out of it. And if this is 50,000, then print out and break out of it. And we'll give it another case also. Case 70,000. We'll say, copy the thing first. We'll say you have very good salary. Salary is written. So these are all the cases which we have used. We can change the value of salary and it will get compared with this case first, and it will check if it is satisfying, then it will print out this thing. And we need to write break after every case so that it breaks out of this thing. And we need to give a default condition also, so that if the condition is not 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 70,000, then also we should print out some things. So what we'll do is we'll say default and add console.log, and we'll say can't get your salary, because the conditions which we are giving is for 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 70,000. If the salary is not included in these 4 digits, then we should use a default condition and we print out some message. So this is like that. So if we are printing this, let us see in the browser if we are getting the results. So firstly, we have written the salary is 50,000. Now we are getting the result as you have good salary. Let us change the value of salary and see what we are getting. Firstly, we'll give it 10,000. It should go here and check if the case is 10,000, which means if the salary is 10,000, then it will print out this thing and will break out of it, because we don't want to print all these things if the condition is satisfied in this case only. So let's see. We are saying here you have very less salary, because salary we have given is 10,000. So we'll go and change the salary to 20,000. Firstly, the program will come here and check if the case means the salary is 20,000. No, it is not 20,000. It is not 10,000. It will check 10,000. It is not 10,000. It will go to this case, which is 20,000. It will come here and print out this thing, and it will break out of this loop. Okay. So it is saying you have less salary. Now what if we give something 70, what it will do, let us see. It should give us the result of this case. It will not print out everything from here to here. It will just compare it with 70,000 and give the result. You have very good salary. Let us see. You have very good salary. We are getting the, what if we give salary something like 75, which is not the case given here? What it will do? Now it will say can't get your salary. It will print out the default one, the default message which we have given. If the condition is not satisfied in above three, in the first one, second one, third and fourth one, if the condition is not satisfied here, then print out this default message, which is like this. So this is a lot cleaner than writing this thing, if else conditions, because it is very readable and we can manage it very easily by writing in switch cases. So I hope you understand the concept of conditional statements, if else and if else if and switch statements. So practice all these things, take different real world examples and compare it and add some results so that you could get better understanding of conditional statements. That's it for the video. Thank you.